Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries today. Glad you could join me. Today may be a two-parter because I've promised you no more teens. No more teens. I'm going to give you, if it runs into the teens, I'm going to give you two shows. And then a teaser. You know, who has the patience for anything over 10 minutes nowadays on YouTube? Anyway, here we go. And I'm no exception. All you see is a talking head. Okay, so today was previewed as kind of like, it was a picture of a kid having access to alcohol, right? Okay, I know this will pass muster, this show. Me, not so much. Okay, but so it's kind of a two-part of the same story in a way, and it has a lot to do, to begin with my book, and then it delves into really, believe it or not, the 70s and the 80s permissiveness in the mid to late 70s and early 80s, what was going on in terms of enforcement upon minors. And I don't want to be too cryptic about my book, so I'm going to give some added details. And as a result, added value to you, the customer. Anyway, so like I said, to the best of my ability, I may have to separate this. First part. I need to, let's see. I'm not, okay. Oh, good God. I'm preaching to the choir in terms of Hollywood, okay? So, I am not any whistleblower, Everybody who knows what I'm talking about from that kind of, coliseum of time in Hollywood knows what I'm talking about. It's just, I don't know, people don't want to talk about it. It's passé, it's ancient history. Well, no, in the era of AIDS and young acting for males, it is nothing to sweep under the rug or forget. It's not, world shattering, but it's worth a second glance. And that is my book. But I am not, as I said, a whistleblower. Don't flatter yourself. Some of you, those closest to me. It is the fact, I guess, boils down to the fact I'm an author now. I started writing at a very young age. I graduated with honors, and I became, of course, through all my social work, a grant writer for some years, pulling in upwards of 1.2 million, working with, the CEO of Mattel Global, okay, Jill Broad, okay, so whatever with all that. Hollywood, you're off the hook, because I am an author now. I have 2 books coming, and I actually need to say that I am underway with my second book. I'm literally pen to paper with it in the very fledgling stages. And that's really all I have planned as my second book for now. It is going to be twice the size of my first book. I can't go 3 times. I'm sorry, it'll be twice the size. And it will have nothing essentially to do with Hollywood. Nothing, really. Names, I'm really kind of bored, especially at this point. But I love my work, and I'll be the first to admit it. However, second book is going to be very close to the bone, same theme of emotional impact, same sort of mini novellas per chapter, so you don't have to open it up at what part of Liz Taylor's biography I'm in now. And so it will have to do with family, folks that are or were very close to me in good and bad ways. It's going to touch on sort of an interweaving of, 4 or 5 focal points. And they're close to the bone. Yes, this arena I'm talking about lives in Hollywood or Los Angeles, but Again, don't flatter yourself. It's not that I have nothing better to do than start some movement for some AIDS scared gay actors, only a few of them, from, I don't know, 1981 through to 2000. Anyway, so I hope I've established the fact that what I am not and what I am now. And I am more interested in writing about very emotional, impactful things, instances involving all kinds of nefarious behavior and tragedy and life going on, and therefore a sense of humor, because you can't do it without a sense of humor. So that's why I was joking, Hollywood, you're off the hook with the next book that is underway, because it, for now I'm over with this topic. My book's out, and whatever happens or happened or is happening, and that's where I'm leaving it for now. I've got better things to do. For my viewers, just, it's not like, in the like frantic stage, but you need to know, like henceforward, sort of, that I am going to be writing a book, doing this show, and sleeping and eating. But I'm not going to let it interrupt us. So that's the first sort of half of the show, which I will sort of, like I said, split into two, but on the same-ish topic. Second half here is